Welcome. Sit down, roll up, pour up, turn up and tune in, because you're now watching the Bunch of Bull Network.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another week of The World We Know. I'm your host, Greg Lamont. And make sure you got your blunts ready, your drink ready, spark up, sit back, and get ready for some good shit. This is another week of The World We Know. So this week, there's not too much more different from last week. We'll really just be touching on stuff that's been actively going on throughout the world. But one thing that is somewhat new news in this past week is the GOP, the Republican Party, is having kind of a tussle within, and we're going to get into this and see what the fuck's up with this. So, as a lot of you guys know who have any type of ear to what's going on in politics, Thomas Massie of Kentucky, congressional representative of Kentucky, has lost his primary race to Ed Galstein or some shit like that. But yeah, this has sparked a lot of conversation, a lot of stress in the Republican Party, and just a lot. It's going to send a wave through both sides, left and right. But yeah, let's get into it. So first, before we even get into the Thomas Massie debacle and all that, let's just ask the question: does Trump still have control of the GOP? Does Trump still have, is MAGA Republican? Is Republican MAGA? Because now these past 8 years or so, well, I guess 9 years now, we're in year 2, but the Republican Party has pretty much just been called MAGA. I mean, you say Republican, you're pretty much saying MAGA and vice versa. But it feels right now that Trump's approval is at an all-time low, even amongst his supporters. They're split. There's a lot of people who are literally saying F MAGA, fuck MAGA, it's America first now, this and that. And Trump himself, I mean, he's kind of brought this on himself, because a lot of the people who were dead loyal to this man, the people who stood by him, the people who campaigned with him, gave speeches with him, lost job opportunities, sponsorships, deals, family, loved ones. Well, they disagreed, and then he turned his back on them. So that doesn't send a good taste to your voters' mouth, because like, if you'll turn your back on people who literally were there campaigning for you, fighting for you, while the world was, I mean, the world still was pretty against this man, but like literally the chances of you winning again was almost none. And you turn your back on these people, I could see why there's a lot of fucking uproar in the party right now. But the question of, does Trump still control the Republican Party? I would say, I think Trump, without a doubt, is still the top dog in the Republican Party. I mean, without question, there's no politician, I'm sure any of you guys could think of, that you can say, okay, nah, this guy has bigger influence. This guy's bigger in the party. This guy, he's the one. Trump lost his finesse or whatever to the extent. No, we can't say JD Vance. He's pretty much just Trump's shadow. Like, that's all he is. We can't say Marco Rubio yet, although he's likely going to be the one for Republicans. But we can't say him because he's not for what MAGA voted for and all that. Yeah, so let's get into it. I don't think Trump necessarily has control over the GOP anymore. I do believe he has the most influence in it. But people don't trust his word the way that they once have. I mean, whenever you're in a war, and every single week you come out and tell the people, this war is ending, the war's almost over. First of all, you told us no new wars. and you just made the board of peace in the Middle East before attacking and starting a war. But anyways, so to come out and tell us every single week that this war is over, we're making good progress, the Strait of Hormuz is going to be open, and you're lying through your teeth every single week, just manipulating the markets, which aren't believing you as much anymore because they're starting to lose fucking friction or traction. I mean, a lot of the voters just can't believe this guy. But yeah, Thomas Massey. Let's get into that. So Thomas Massey is probably the last America First representative in Congress that was left. Unfortunately, Thomas Massey had just lost his primary run against Ed Galestine, and he will no longer be able to be reelected this term, although he will finish out his current term. Thomas Massey is a bit of a controversial person in the Republican Party, and there's a few reasons. I mean, one, the most recent reason, the most known reason is his feud with Trump, which is mostly over foreign aid and over the outspeak about APAC and the war and this and that. But the second reason, which I mean, I get this. Like, I'm not gonna lie. We right now, I mean, it's definitely going to change. I don't see any chance of us winning, but right now, Republicans are in the fucking majority lead of the House. We have control. We can make the bills. We can pass shit if we agree, if we come on one accord. However, Thomas Massey, he has a voting record of 1 in every 4 fucking bills he votes against the Republicans. So 25% of the time he votes against Republicans, which I would say, oh, maybe he's spiteful if you didn't have the context that Thomas Massey is a man of morals. Thomas Massey is actually, he's a libertarian. He's not so much a traditional Republican. He's a libertarian, so he believes in smaller government. He believes in no foreign aid. He believes in nationalism, pretty much. Like, stop sending money. It's not just sending money to Israel. He doesn't think you should be sending money anywhere. He doesn't think that you should be taken away from farmers. He thinks he thinks weed should be recreationally available and everything else. Yeah, he just believes in actual liberty, which is small government, less control, more freedoms, uh, and less entanglement in other places. So because of this, he was kind of a threat. I mean, whenever you have the majority lead of the House, majority lead of Senate, House, whatever, you have the ability to get shit done. And if you have to, and the margin's not that big, it's thin actually. It's like 3 or 4 vote majority you have. So you can only sacrifice 2 or 3 no's every vote because you know the Democrats are not voting with you, unfortunately, because people don't necessarily, 9 times out of 10, they don't vote based on actual character. They vote based on parties, which is lame. What up, Marley? What's up, brother, man? How's it going? But yeah, a lot of time people are going based off of party lines and not based off of what's good for the actual people. Party lines, donors, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, the GOP has some fucking tension right now, and there's pretty good fucking reason for it. So before I get more into politics shit, I want to touch a little bit more on this Drake album from last week. So I won't be doing lyric breakdowns this week, although I said I'd have it ready for this week. I will be doing some of those next episode, but let's talk about it. Quantity versus quality. Quantity versus quality. Was 43 songs genius or was it desperate? Would a 12 album song been better? I don't know. That 43 songs. So Iceman had 18. And then I believe the other 2 albums had like 16 and 14 or some shit like that. But That's great, brother. That's great, brother. Keep pushing, keep growing. Hell yeah. But yeah, I think as far as 43 songs, in my opinion, I think that Drake kind of dropped the ball with this. I mean, I with the 3 album thing, I think Iceman was great. I think Iceman was incredible. I think Habidi was good, but Maid of Honor was just so it was just disoriented. I I feel like what was trying to be achieved with Maid of Honor was or at least what a lot of people are going based off of what Gordo said, which is Drake's producer for the album and produced some of his other songs, is that it was going to be a Honestly Nevermind Part 2. And this is not an Honestly Nevermind Part 2 for really one big reason. Honestly Nevermind, which like it will receive hate or whatever, simply because it's not a rap album. It is a dance album. It's a dance hall album, EDM dance. But whenever that album dropped, I mean, it's the number one streamed album on dance album on Apple Music or whatever. But that album's actually got some vibes. That album is cohese. That album is coherent. It's put together where that it goes together. It's one genre. It blends well. It's nice. The Maid of Honor album is Jamaican, and then it's a fucking clubby, and then it's Sexy Red, and then like you got a twerk cha-cha slide on that motherfucker. You got like what the fuck? There's like 4 genres on there that don't blend. While there are like I don't even know. Like I like maybe 2 songs on that album. I don't even know, a song and a half. Like it's too disoriented. Maid of Honor to me was it seemed like throwaways from like For All the Dogs and what was an attempt of an Honestly Nevermind. And he wanted the 3 albums and put it out. However, Habidi it was pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't say it was great. It's not the level that Iceman, For All the Dogs, even a Her Loss. But Habidi is definitely has its place. Like whenever Honestly Nevermind dropped, Honestly Nevermind is not something you sit down and like you want to hear some hard shit, feel it. Honestly Nevermind is like you're just having a barbecue with you and your friends, kicking it, chilling, playing some background shit. And Habidi was that only Habidi is more of like a lovey, like it's uh a romantic trap soul album, I'd say. Um, but Habidi, I like it. Although I think it's a weird name, a weird cover. Fuck it. Now to answer the question, was 43 songs genius or was it desperate? I think it was both. I think it was both.
I think it was ambitious. I think it wasn't either one of those. I think he thought that he would be able to put out that many and them all get a good like
like run up numbers.
You know what I mean? And I think it's too hard for any artist. You know what I mean? Just keeping it real. For any artist, it's too hard to put out that many songs, to record that many songs in enough time to be able to put out that many bodies of work,
right?
And every one be a banger.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's like he probably has more better bangers in his throwaway songs from older albums than he does in what he put out on these bodies of work. But
I
because
agree.
they're older songs, he's not gonna use them. You know what I mean?
I for sure I agree with the point of ambitious, and I agree with the throwaways because I'm seeing people talk about like there's some unreleased songs of his that would have went great with these albums.
I haven't even listened to any of the albums. I just be paying attention to so many people's reviews on shit, and like so many people have said shit. From what I've heard, there's like 5 to 7 songs across 3 discs, hypothetically, that are really worth it.
I mean, I wouldn't say that, but I would say that all but 2 of the Worth It songs are on Iceman, and the rest of the other ones. Now with the ambitious thing, I heard this concept, which I don't know how well it holds with these not all being hard rap albums, but they were saying, so whenever Drake dropped during the beef, whenever he dropped Family Matters and shit, like every time he dropped, Kendrick would drop right away, or like he dropped Family Matters and then Kendrick dropped, he dropped 2 songs, 616, and then he dropped Not Like Us in the same night. So people were saying that Drake was just trying to give way too much, like he was trying to overload, which I don't know how much I agree with that being the full angle, but he was trying to overload the market so that there's no way that you could just respond. Like I give you one thing to respond to, and
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily make sense to me.
Yeah,
Because like now this ended up going the opposite direction, but we'll just use this as an example.
right.
The Stunna 2 Fly and the Fed to God was Khalifa beef and shit that was going on for a minute.
Okay.
Stunna 2 Fly was putting out mad songs consistently, and Fed barely put out any compared to how many he put out. Now, all of them weren't disses, but he was consistently putting out a bunch of music.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in my opinion, Stunna ended up winning the whole diss war, or whatever you want to call it. In my personal opinion, not necessarily based on like facts or anything or whatever you want to say, because I don't know all these people's business, just based on like the disses that he did put out. The bodies of work were better, in my opinion, than what Fed put out when he was dissing back.
Right.
But if it was opposite and Fed won the diss at the end, his 2 to his 10 doesn't discredit that his 2 were better.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You could put out 100 songs, but if I put out one song that's better than all of them,
right?
The fuck?
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of hard to say like he flooded the market so that you couldn't really respond, because it's like
I agree.
I can put out a 3-song EP that crushes it as long as I really take the time on them.
I agree with you, because after the Drake Meek Mill beef, like Meek Mill, I think he dropped like 3 different tracks in it in like a matter of the next year, a couple months, and it like even his first track, because the 2 responses were so big, like it was too late. People already made up their minds. But I agree. I don't know about that theory. I think it makes the most sense that it was for his label to be like, I need out of this deal. Let's renegotiate.
That's another good one. He could have just been rushing album. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I assumed that he was already, to some extent, independent with only like maybe a distribution deal or something.
Right.
Because that's the best way to go about it, is be independent, only get a distribution deal.
Right.
That way they put your music out and they try to push the music a little bit.
And you keep the ownership.
You get to do what the fuck you want to do still.
Right. Yeah.
But if he is still under contract like that, then that makes a lot of sense that like, okay, well, I was going to drop one album.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I'm going to drop an album, let's drop 2.
Right.
Or, you know what I mean? Or whatever.
So Iceman was supposed to be his last album in his contract obligation, but they're saying like he pretty much forced exit, like so that there wasn't any like, we need this album, we need like I don't know. They're saying, because it was already known that this was his last album of his deal, Iceman. But they're saying that he dropped the extra ones to pretty much force, like, you can't give me any like fine print or
I was gonna say they could have been looking at him like, hey, certain albums that you dropped, you originally came to us and said that it was gonna be a mixtape or an EP,
right,
or whatever. So those aren't looked at as album obligations. You know what I mean?
Right.
They could have tried to swindle some way. But again,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Any of that. I can only go off of like.
Yeah, this is all like speculation until shit's confirmed in paperwork. But I don't think that there is one angle. I think it's a label thing, and then I think for Drake, it's also like I think he's trying to force he likes to break records. So I think he's trying to force a record. I think he wants to take up like the top 20 of the Billboard or like
something reckless.
But those are the only theories I could see for it.
That, and now this is a very, very, very reach type of theory,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a far stretch. But he'd be losing his ass in gambling a lot, So
yeah.
Wonder if he dropped that many songs just because he knows just from his fan base, at the very least, he'll get X amount of streams, which will pay X amount.
Right.
Even if they don't super blow up. And maybe this is all, I don't, in no way am I saying that he needs money.
Yeah.
But maybe he lost so much that he's like, bro, I need to think of a quick way that I
recoup.
can recoup
Yeah.
some of this shit. You know what I mean? Because if you're a diehard fan, you're gonna at least listen to it one time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least
right. And he has one of the biggest core.
You got 10 million fans.
Yeah, core audience who's gonna listen.
Every song gets 10 million streams if each person only listens to it once. You still fucking make $1 million or whatever.
Right. Yeah, facts. It's like a fucking money printing cheat code. Until
once you build up a fan base, now it's gonna take, like, you only have a certain amount of time to do it, because then they're gonna realize that you're just putting out bullshit and then your fan base drops off.
Right.
But if you're at the end of your career and you still got a huge fan base, where you can put out whatever the fuck you want for a short period of time and still bring in money, because they're gonna at least listen to it one time.
Yeah.
And then maybe the next time you put something out, they're like, nah, that last shit was trash. I ain't listening to it no more.
My bad.
But that will slowly start happening. You'll slowly start losing fan base. So for that little period of time, bro, you can do whatever the fuck you want. People still gonna pay you.
Right. And if you start losing it, just lock back in and make some real art or make some like old like your old timeless shit that your core fans want.
It's wild the way that the fucking music world goes if you fucking like maneuver it correctly,
Yeah. I think they're saying that Drake, like on the album, he has a song which I talked about last episode, Bees on the Table, which is like foreshadowing that he's being offered billions, and it was rumored after the album he's being offered $2 billion equity, this and that. But they're saying that if he gets the $2 billion, he'll be the richest artist in music history. He'll pass up Jay-Z, Beyonce, and all them. But like right now, like if you look up his net worth, it will say like 350 to 450 or whatever. But I was watching this video where they were like valuing his actual assets and shit, and his assets alone are like if you add in all the categories, about $1 billion, and that's not including income, because income isn't in assets. But like if you look at his deals, like he's set to go independent. He has his stake deal, which is $150 million a year. He has his fucking his Nike brand, Nocta. He has OVO. He has all these. I don't see like.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
This is what I really want to know. I've thought about this a lot.
Let me know.
People bring up like, oh, this artist is like Jay-Z and this person and that. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers are rich. Oh, hell yeah. I want to know who's the richest musical talent. I don't give a fuck if you're the drummer for Hootie and the Blowfish or you know what I mean? Who's the richest musical talent only off of music.
Yeah, well,
that's where shit gets real fucking dicey. Because like Hov got money,
right?
Hov didn't make all that fucking money off of fucking
exactly. Yeah, see that.
Dr. Dre.
Dr.
Dre made fucking beats and sold them,
and that's whenever he became a billionaire. Yeah,
and I'm not discrediting.
No, I agree.
Not discrediting their wealth. I want to know who's the richest musician. Actual off of music.
You see, you already know the two.
Mike Jackson.
Yeah, you already know the two that I'm gonna say.
Juice WRLD.
Juice WRLD. Well,
only because, bro, he is someone that, like, even right now, as we speak, and I guess this kind of goes for Mike too, but even right now as we speak, his family's generating money off his music. He's super generational, and so is Mike.
Was he making did he own his?
I would like to think so to some extent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
You'd like to think so, considering who he was around and who he was close with.
The only reason why I'm gonna say, and Juice WRLD's interesting, but the only reason why I'm gonna say, I mean, the obvious two you'd expect from me is like Drake and Michael Jackson, is because like Drake has this line that he says on his More Life album, and it's facts if you really think about it. He said, I'm the only one that's still known for the music, I swear, blah blah blah. Like if you look at like Drake's never been a stunt. He's never like done stunts. He's never I mean, sure, he's at beefs,
Yeah,
but
you
but
also
like
gotta think about this too, though. Even at such an early age, he was already getting like, probably none that we seen because we're in America. But when he was in Degrassi and shit, and mind you, this is way before, but still, the repertoire that you gain from this type of shit carries over.
He's probably making like later. 20K.
But like, you know how many like Canada only products probably had him in a commercial or something that we didn't know about because we're in America. You know what I mean? Like he probably had sponsors. He probably this or that. Nike, bro. As soon as he started rapping and shit, Nike and them wasn't too far off from being like, we should do collabs. We should do. You know what I mean? He was doing a lot of shit pretty quick into the
But I mean to fund his career, but I feel like the primary source of his money, I mean he has these deals now, but I mean obviously the all time would be Mike, because like the only reason it's Mike is we don't really know.
Mike and the Beatles and them.
It was even bigger than the Beatles though. Like
yeah, but I'm just saying like these artists that I'm talking on, like Mike, the Beatles, Prince. The reason why I give them a lot of credit,
Prince
is because they were in an era where sponsorships and marketing was like bare minimum, and like Mike Jackson, he was probably in a couple commercials, like he was definitely, but the only time he ever had a sponsor was for a fucking halftime show or something.
Right. Yeah. It was just like he had Pepsi, and then he had his own shoe that he did with like, it was like LA something for like a year or some shit.
Yeah,
but,
you know what I mean? Like you didn't see these people with like
everything else was his production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what he was doing. It was his concerts were bringing in the money.
I don't think people like, I'm one of the people who's probably the most pissed about him being dead, because I always say like, if there's any human who I would have wanted to hear on Joe Rogan or on a podcast tell you some game, it would have been him. But like the thing about him making money is, bro, not only did he own the Beatles, which is the biggest selling all time, but at that time they were still hot. Like, I mean, it was 20 years after their prime, but he owned the Beatles, but he owned half of fucking Sony, dog. Like he owned Jay-Z, Beyonce, and the Beastie Boys. Like he got percentages whenever everybody toured and dropped music. Like the man probably made billions.
And here's another even deeper question.
Not
based on who's the richest off of their music. Who do you think, including money spent and everything like that, who do you think made the move? Because there's a big difference between like what you have, like let's say your net worth right now, like your net worth is like 350 million.
Right.
Well, only like 180 million of it would be off music or something. You know what I mean? But that's net worth.
Right.
That's not counting the money you blew at the casino last night, or you know what I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
I wonder as a whole. Because bro, some of these acts like did, and if it's an older act, I'm willing to do the conversion rate of like, if
inflation.
They did a $10 ticket, it's worth a $100 ticket now. You know what I mean? Because that's roughly what hypothetically would be like a conversion.
Right. Now are you saying like by made the most money? Are you saying that they made, or like that their music made? Like, are you saying money that they took, or like money that Shit.
You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
because here's the crazy thing is
that had to be a top 3 type of thing. I'm listening.
Because like some of these motherfuckers got money off of music, and they're like generating so much money off of music that their like net worth is high.
Right.
But some of these motherfuckers have done fucking venues that one concert brought them in so much goddamn money.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you got to think like,
Whoa,
private jet cost, this, that, and the third. So like, you know what I mean? It's crazy to think about that shit. If you do the production, like if it's your production and you're gonna do it,
yeah,
you might bring in
exactly.
$1 million, or you might bring in like $500 million a show, hypothetically, $500 million a show, but you only pocket 300 mil, 200 mil because of everything you've paid out
Right.
throughout it.
Yeah, production costs.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I wonder.
I'm gonna say, I mean, obviously, I feel like I'd have to take Mike out the equation, but I'm gonna give a number that, like, this number, after I seen this like a couple weeks ago, I'm like, yeah, nobody spent as much as this man, because Mike, he has the Guinness World Record for most charity contributions from a celebrity. He did 900 million. Almost $1 billion in charity contributions. But so he just had money, bro. Like, but I'm taking him out the equation. I'd probably say, like, in my opinion, Ye is the first person coming to my head. Like,
yeah, Ye does very big musical productions.
Even being canceled.
Yeah,
like
because I'd be looking at like the shows, like, you know who another one probably would be higher up on the list, but he's not. He don't got a lot of money necessarily now.
Who?
Travis Scott.
Yeah.
Because his productions are always like,
yeah,
very big, in your face,
and he does a lot of them too.
Yeah, like I always try to think about those types of people, like Lil Uzi, probably.
Yeah.
His shows are usually pretty like interactive in a sense.
Man, I feel like if X never died, bro, he would have been on that. But obviously shoulda, coulda, woulda. Fuck, man. I'm having bad fucking luck. God damn. Shit.
There's so many artists
Gotta check my phone.
Don't make as much money in their pocket because they want to give the fans the best experience.
Right.
You know, so it's like, it's weird to think about at the end of the day. Some of these artists could hypothetically be richer than some of our favorite artists if they just. I
wonder, to think about it, I wonder how much money I never hear it brought up since he was a youngin', but Justin Bieber, like he's like under the radar, but he has like 10 videos over 1 billion views. Mm-hmm. So like him, Shawn Mendes, those type of people had to bring in a lot of fucking money. But yeah, I don't know. I'd probably say my ranking would be Ye, JB, MJ. Now my next relevant, kind of random, but very relevant topic is about housing. But before I get into that, I want to make sure to remind y'all, tune in every single Friday at 2:30. World We Know. Sorry about that. Tune in every single Friday at 6 p.m. for Stash Spots, and every single Saturday at 8 p.m. for Marley State of Mind. Be there every single week. You can catch us Bunchable Studios on Facebook, YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. Be there, have your blunts ready, have your drink ready, and hell yeah. But now we're going to get into kind of a nerdy, logical topic, but why can't young adults 20 to 35 afford housing? It even goes like 20 to 40, honestly. But so I had AI help me get some statistics before I did this today, and it says first-time home buyers fell to a historic low of 21% of all home purchases in 2025. It says the typical first home buyer is now 40 years old, an all-time high. It says 82% of Gen Z and 62% of millennials say they cannot afford to buy a home right now. And only 4% of all home buyers were Gen Z. So let's get into this. Got some pretty good fucking statistics and topics. let's get into the fucking housing crisis. What's up with this? Are we going towards another? I'm really I haven't really studied it too well to understand the ins and outs of it and how it would compare. But are we going towards another 2008? Just another housing crash? What the fuck is going on? So, whenever people compare generations, I mean, a lot of times you hear like people bought a house at a certain age, or like at least if you go people whose primes were between like 70s, 90s, somewhere around there, uh, bought a house, fucking uh, had their shit going, good job, not worrying for shit, blah blah blah, had shit going. But nowadays, a job for a lot of people actually is barely bare minimum. Like I'm talking, you work your full 40 hours. Let's say you even get 2 hours fucking extra by accident every single week. Like a lot of people are struggling off of that. And even worse than that, like we're just talking about living. We're not talking about buying homes, investments, things like that. Uh, just the value of things is dropping low. Not like decreasing in price, but your dollars decreasing in value. Um, but yeah, right now there's kind of a housing crisis for a generation, 2 generations, and it could turn into 3 if something doesn't stabilize. I don't believe that the answer is for everybody to get trapped in the long-term financing, fucking 50-year loans and shit. I think that's pretty fucking idiotic. But some of these statistics I looked at before I came on the show today, I was brought back like only 4% of Gen Z is a part of home buyers, which I mean, yeah, I mean it like to be fair, Gen Z is still like I don't really know what age it would range from, but I'm pretty sure it's not all complete grown or whatever. But I mean, it's very fucking low. It said that at 62% of millennials couldn't afford to get a home right now, and that's not even talking about like just buying a home. That's talking about like just being able to get the mortgage and everything that comes with it, the property taxes, all these things. So we'll see like what the fuck can be done. We are the richest country on the planet, right? They're telling us. Um, but yeah, I just thought this would be important to make aware and bring forth today. Speaking of wealthiest country on the planet, right now there is a transfer of wealth that's been happening quietly under the radar these past couple years, and it's still happening, and it's probably going to go on until this Iran war is settled up and everything. But China, so there's pretty much a rule of thumb. It's like a quiet rule of thumb with being a global fucking world reserve or currency or hegemon money power or whatever you want to call it, is whoever has the most gold usually controls the currency, right? Because gold at the end of the day is the highest stored value. And we actually obtained the most gold. I believe it was from London or some. I forget which European country it was that what it was, Britain, London, whatever it was. America obtained lots of fuck ton of gold in a matter of a couple years. Was stolen, and after we attained it, we also became the world's reserve currency and the richest country on the fucking planet. And what's happened pretty much is in the 90s, I forget what the fuck it's called. It starts with a P, but it was a deal that was brokered between us and China, and pretty much our dollar, and this sounds weird, sounds crazy right now to even think, but our dollar is pretty much too strong, and we had there's pretty much imbalances between our manufacturing, our strength of our dollar, and all these other things. So we offloaded it to Japan and China, and in return, there were uh, exchanges, obviously, and initially this favored us because things were good. There was still a good not balanced, but really in our favor. Like everything was cheap. We were still very strong, et cetera, et cetera. But over time, actually, whenever this deal was brokered, in the matter of like 2 days or something, the Japanese currency inflation doubled, 200% doubled in the matter of a couple of days. We destroyed their currency with this deal pretty much. And anyways, what happened was over time, China became, they were like a third world country at the time. Like they were and still are some fucking how considered a rising power. And anyways, fast forward these past couple of years, China has been buying a lot of our fucking gold. You know, usually the country that's exporting gold is losing and the country that's importing the gold is winning. Like if you look at who's doing the most. Right now, we are the largest, and we have been for a couple of years, the largest exporter of gold on the planet, which is not good. And the thing that's very bad about that, you may be like, what are you talking about? It's like $5,000, bro. Well, whenever you sell gold from the U.S., I don't know what you call it, storage, vault, whatever you want to call it, the U.S.'s inventory of gold, whenever they sell it, it's currently valued at $48 fucking dollars. Okay, so it hasn't been revalued in a long fucking time, and it's bought like through treasuries or whatever. It's not the same way that we would trade gold, and this is what's going on with Trump going to China recently to talk with them. They're pretty much trying to do a 2.0 of this deal, but China's smart, and instead of, they seen what happened with Japan, how they used their currency and destroyed it, and China, instead of using their currency, they're going to use gold for the valuation, and which is big because they've been buying as much fucking $48 an ounce gold as they fucking can, and whenever it gets revalued, it's going to make a big difference on the American government spreadsheet and how much money we have, profit, revenue, blah blah blah, this and that. But it's also going to strengthen everybody who's been buying fucking gold for thousands of dollars under value right now. And with China being the biggest, so we're the biggest exporter of gold over the past few years, and China is the biggest importer of gold over the past couple of years by far on both ends. So yeah, China is not stupid, and it's scary because them niggas have over 1 billion people allegedly. They apparently have the second largest population on the planet. So like, don't let them get the world reserve. Shit's not gonna look good over here. But yeah, I just wanted to give that little history lesson on gold and what's happening with that. Cause talking about transfer of wealth in the wealthiest country and all. But now, let's talk about universal basic income. So, universal basic income is a topic that's come up here and there on this pod over the years or over several shows. But I have some statistics that I asked AI to help find me as well for this topic before I get into it. So, let's see. and this goes along the lines with the millennials, Gen Z, et cetera, et cetera. So it says nearly 9 in 10 graduates, 89%, say they worry AI could replace entry-level jobs. 47% of graduates worry AI. I don't know why it's only talking about graduates, whatever. Worry AI is already limiting entry-level opportunities in their field. Already limiting. That's 50% of graduates. 39% of business leaders say they've already reduced junior hiring because of AI. So they've already reduced like entry level, like people who are looking for their first job in their career on whatever the fuck it is. They've already 40%, but 40 fucking percent. That's 2 in every 5. The fuck. And then it says more than, these are some big fucking percentages. Like motherfuckers will be desensitized to this shit, but it says more than 1/3 of entry level jobs now require AI skills. nearly triple the share reported just months earlier. So all these things lead to the path we could be on, the timeline we could be on, which is universal basic income being reality or becoming reality. And I think it's scary because I believe all this shit is pre-planned. Like if you ask me, there is a clear war towards AI supremacy right now and AI superstate surveillance, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And it's scary. It's scary because I think universal basic income will be necessary whenever there's such a big gap between wealth and working class that it's almost impossible to bridge that gap, and the American dream won't exist. So, hey, you have to make sure that people don't uprise and roar. So give them enough to make them happy, right? Keep them docile, right? Just make sure they do their fucking jobs that we need them to do, or we can't. The people won't be able to stay in their positions. But speaking of scary future, Elon Musk, it's along the lines of this. Elon Musk just lost his fucking lawsuit against Sam Altman. This is really fucking bad. Now, I don't care if you're Elon Musk bad or whatever the fuck you are, type of person. This is bad for a couple fucking reasons, and let's get into it. So, this lawsuit was a lawsuit of uh, a very slim few things, but a couple of them being Elon Musk is suing because OpenAI, which he was a part of the founding of, was founded to be a nonprofit. That's what it was. That's what it's still technically called, although it isn't. I believe that's what they might have removed it over the past like year or two, but I believe that's what it still is. Anyways, OpenAI, they own ChatGPT in partnership with Microsoft, blah blah blah. And Elon Musk is saying that pretty much the way it's set up, it is guaranteed to be on a path that is detrimental to people, and it has bad biases and blah blah blah, this and that. And Elon Musk lost this lawsuit, lost this case, which isn't good, and it's especially not good because I'm gonna tell you why. Elon Musk didn't lose this case because Sam Altman was innocent. No, that's not why he lost it. He actually lost this case because he waited too long to sue for the matter. That was the ruling. It was pretty much a time lapse of what's it, like statute limitation or whatever of for what he was suing about. And yeah, so because of that, they're not gonna do any further investigation or uh, firewalls, or not firewalls, try to put any protocols on what the fuck's going on. They're like, hey, it's too late, buddy. Pretty much pack up and enjoy the fucking ride, huh? Even though you have your own AI, right? But whatever the fuck it was, I'm sure that more will come out about it in future, because I'm sure that the war doesn't end there. But I'll keep you guys in the loop with that. But yeah, universal basic income. Can we see that happening? I think shit's getting scary. I mean, I think unless there is a fucking some type of roar uprising that isn't funded by fucking lobbyists, these fake fucking Democrat, Republican protests. Let's have a fucking them versus us, elites versus working class. Like, unless there's that, I mean, it's probably gonna head that way. Because if you look at inflation in America, you look at nothing this motherfucker said he was gonna do for, I mean, some of it is at first, but not enough that he said he'd do to help price is being done. But a whole fucking lot to bring price up is being done as well. So I don't know. I think the gap between wealth and poor is gonna grow. I think unless we get some new politicians a fucking sap, it's not going to be good. But yeah, I do see universal basic income becoming a thing, but I personally believe and manifest that once an AI surveillance state would be to try to be pushed or forced on people, there would be the last great uprising to reverse that. And I think, I don't know, it's inevitable in my opinion. But yeah. My last AI topic for the episode is it's kind of off, piggybacking off the last one, but it's, will AI take everyone's job? Which jobs will survive AI? Should schools teach AI literacy? So, what jobs will survive AI? This is a very good fucking question, and we're gonna give it, just to keep it simple, like a 5-year horizon. I guess I should probably do 10-year horizon, right? We'll be conservative with it. So a lot of people think, I'd probably subscribe to it too, that trade jobs are the jobs that, for the most part, will be safe. And that computer, like, geeky fucking, I mean, I know all that type of shit too, but like nerdy computer programming shit, that'd be safe. But I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't think we literally can't comprehend what the fuck, where AI can take this shit. Like, if you think about it, if you motherfuckers think about it, all the different types of AIs, robotics, even like unnatural biology robotics, like fake brains, all that type of shit being done. Tesla bots and shit. I think that, bro, you give advanced AI, I'm talking like 3 generations of ChatGPT ahead. You give that and you give it like a little body, like a Tesla bot or something. That motherfucker, you don't think that that's going to learn how to, hey, go install a side porch roof for me. Go do this, go do that, caulk this, call that, like just simple shit like that. You don't think, I I don't know. And then as far as people who say computer programming jobs, I think I don't think it will be computer programming jobs. I think obviously computers will know how to computer program. Like those will go down. However, which is off the one of the topics that I spitfired about this, is AI literacy. I think that that's where this shit's about to head. Schools are going to need to shift from fucking stop teaching us how to use a fucking Excel spreadsheet and shit. Show us how to fuck we can stay in control of this AI and have all of the fucking safety, whatever nets we can have, and use it to the best of humanity. Because AI is a tool at the end of the day. I mean, it seems like it's inevitably going to be in bad people's hands because that's like just how it is. But it is a tool, and I think that it's a tool that can get us, like, AI could without a doubt teach us how to make spacecraft, teach us how to fucking improve our biology in every aspect. It can fucking make things more advanced, advance our cities and everything. It can do all that, but it can also put everybody in shackles, destroy everything. And yeah, it's a double-edged sword. But yeah, I think trade jobs will last within these next, I think they still got a good 5 to 10 years before some shit happens with that. But like I'm saying, if you look at it, all the data that's collected, because all the data is sold and used, and like Pokemon Go data is being used for fucking AI. Like, bro, all the data is being fucking used and sold. Put that on top of like, we already know that they make artificial brains, artificial meats, and all this shit. I believe it was in Japan, they just made it was like a artificial human muscle, like that's supposed to be 10 times stronger than actual human. Like, you don't think that they're going to find a way to make AI connected to a fake developed lab made neurons and shit and put it into a fucking body, and we're gonna have these fucking just bots, literal bots walking among us. I don't know. I think, yeah, that's my answer. The only jobs I see lasting are the trade jobs for a little bit, and then yeah, you might as well just learn how to use the tool. Honestly, though, is that a bad thing? Is it a bad thing for jobs to go out? No, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that'd be beautiful if like, why do we need I mean, working obviously for morals and leadership and shit like that, yes, but and your family, but for barely being able to survive and shit like that, or feeding a system, no, I don't think. However, the scary thing with AI is it just like it doesn't stop at that. If they can do everything we can do, then we'll kind of lose a sense of purpose, and who knows what they might be like, hey, y'all are kind of useless. You never fucking know. What's good, Big Perp? What's good, brother, man? How you doing, brother? But yeah, I think all jobs are on the table for at least a 20-year horizon. Maybe not 10 years, 20 years though. I see it being like that. But yeah. And then my last topic about I have another Drake topic on there. Is It's also piggybacks off earlier topic. Did Drake come back the right way? Should he have apologized? Should he disappeared or kept dropping music? Does commercial success matter more than narratives, et cetera, et cetera? Did he come back correct? Shit, I mean, like, obviously, every answer I give is gonna have some bias in it, but I will say that the way that this album was released, although it didn't seem like a lot of promotional shit was put into it, like they could have did this show on Netflix or something. But the Iceman series was smart. He did like a musical movie, like a whole fucking hour and a half movie of like his songs and music videos. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, fam. But I think, did he come back correct? Yeah, I mean, I would have been happy with just Iceman. I'd say Drake achieved, in my book, at 85 to 90% on the target with comeback. Because I mean, like I said, did he come back correct? Should he have apologized? Should he disappeared? Or should he kept dropping music? There's really, in my opinion, nothing you can do to satisfy everybody. It's not possible. But like I watched these another fellow hip hop review analyst channel. It's called NPR podcast, and it's these two brothers pretty much, and they do reviews, and the one dude is being super hard on Iceman. They're big. They're like, these guys are more so Kendrick fans, like full heartedly, but they love hip hop. They're not like too biased to pick an artist. Like, so the one dude was giving it more credit than the other dude, but then because the other dude was like, oh well, he was doing too much of this talking, and oh, he's addressing the beef too much and this and that, and like, we need this, and the other dude was like, bro, what the fuck what else do you want from him? We asked for a rapping album, or like a solo rapping album. We pretty much got it. I mean, there's 2 features, like, but they don't really hold that much weight besides the future one. But and then on top of that, we fucking I mean, the man gave you 2 other albums. My complaints with it, and I'll say this all day, every day. In my opinion, what Drake should have did However, I may be proven wrong. I'm excited to see these next 2 weeks how this plays out. I'm really excited. I'm actually going to review this over the next 2 weeks, but is either he should have did drop an album 1 week, okay, boom, and he should have announced it 3 weeks, 3 albums, boom, drop the album 1 week, get your number one, boom, next week, drop another one, get another number one, next, boom, another one, boom. Now you're fucking 4 away from the Beatles. Or no, he'd be 3 away from the Beatles. That would give him, he'd go from right now he's at 14. He's going to get one this week. He could have got another one next week, another one next week. 17. And now if you want all-time number ones, bro, you just got to give us a good 3 songs. You like everybody sees that happening. Can he give us another 5-song number ones? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But what I was saying I'd like to see happen, which I'll be reviewing these next 2 weeks, is the only other artist I think that's done this is Michael Jackson. And I think Drake earlier in his career, but Michael Jackson was, whenever he dropped Thriller, it was an 8 or 9 song album. And the first album ever to fill up the top 7 Billboard spots, 7 of the top 10. And week number 1, I think Beat It went number 1, and then the next week anyways, 2 songs traded out for number 1. And I'm saying this nigga dropped 43 songs, right? So it would be interesting to see, or is he, unless somebody like Taylor Swift drops, is he going to have songs interchange for number 1, or are they just going to slide down the chart week after week? So if it does that, that would deflate my theory of what he should have did. But yeah, did he come back correct? I'd give him an 85%. Next question is, does commercial success matter more than the internet narratives? I'd say for anybody in their own personal life, they'd say yes. Like, I don't give a fuck what people say about me, bro. I want to make money. Like, I don't give a fuck. For legacy, I'd say narratives do matter. However, like, people can make false narratives and that shit doesn't matter. But narratives matter if they're true. Narratives matter if they're true, and if they do real damage. Yes, they do matter. But commercial success has always been like his anchor, really, in battles and shit and all that type of things. But also, what was the point of 20v1? It was to take down him, right? That was the whole idea and theory behind all these people, even the ones turning on him, the ones who went quiet. So I think that commercial success matters. However, I think the internet narrative isn't against him right now. I think, compare this to 2024. A lot of motherfuckers are happy to hear some Drizzy right now. And you got people flooding A$AP Rocky's comments. You got motherfuckers trolling people. Of course, you're always gonna have people trolling Drizzy, but you're gonna have people trolling every successful motherfucker. But I do think that he died down some of the narratives. I mean, you can't do the pedophile narrative anymore. It just doesn't hold weight. So I'd say commercial success matters more, but for legacy, both matter. And then my final question is, are people online a vocal minority compared to everyday listeners? Are people online just a vocal minority compared to everyday listeners? Because you're going to see a lot of people. Oh, like when I was watching the fellow channel review that I mentioned, these people always have motherfuckers in the comments hating on every fucking thing with Drizzy and fucking glazing the hell out of Kendrick. But Ant, who was the one who was more in favor of the album, gave slightly higher rating. People were like, man, he's losing it. He's just being impulsive, blah, 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 this and that. But I don't know. I think if you look at it, Drake's never, and this is the last Drizzy topic in general, but Drake's never not been the leading monthly streamed artist, even during the battle and after. So fuck, what was that? Oh yeah, so like to me, like all the people online who are talking the shit and whatever, they're more than likely tapping into songs too. So it's like to me, yes, that it is a vocal minority, and even the minority is like these people talking online likely listened. And the ones who purely hate, like you'll see skits of people who are like the album dropped in the first second, like they just tap spacebar and like, oh this shit, this is ass. like they play like 1 second of it, they're like, this is ass. Then yeah, but I mean everybody has a taste. Me personally, I like to listen to anything that has greatness and legacy. Like if Jay-Z drops right now, if any big respectable legacy artist drops right now, I'm tapping in to digest the art and compare to other greats. But so yeah, I think that it is a vocal minority. But yeah, that's it for this week of The World We Know. I appreciate y'all tapping in for another week. I'm your host, Greg Lamont, and